Hey, it's Srini, the host and co-founder for Blogcast FM, here in the booth at Blogworld with our new sponsor, Livefire. And I am talking to my buddy Marcus Sheridan from thesaleslion.com. How's it going, Marcus?
Dude, it's going great. Having a good time. It's been, I like LA. Never been here. And it's been, the first day was awesome. So this is good. It's good to see Livefire here, too.
Really, it's been an amazing conference so far, hasn't it?
Well, you know, it's like, there's a lot of people. And this is my second one. There's a great vibe. 300 speakers. It's unbelievable, right? I mean, it's really unbelievable. I think it's pretty much impossible for you to come here and not find subjects that are going to help you with whatever it is that you do, whether you're a foodie, whether you're a health nut, or whether you're just some business guy. You know?
Well, you were one of those 307 speakers. Tell us a little bit about what you spoke about and kind of give us some background on yourself.
Yeah, well, originally I was a pool guy, and so for 10 years I have built swimming pools in Virginia and Maryland, right? And when the economy tanked in 2008, I was forced to shift my way of doing business and doing marketing, right? I'd always done the old school methodologies. And I embraced content marketing, inbound marketing, blogging, whatever you want to call it. And it absolutely changed my business forever. And within about a year, we were on top of our industry. I mean, we just catapulted to #1. And it's unbelievable because our advertising dollars went down, our sales went way up. And this is during a time when pool companies are shutting their doors. And so that was the first part of the story. And now what I've done, because of the success of our content and the business, I'm able to step away and teach other businesses about what we did. So I go around the country and I talk to folks that, a lot of small, medium-sized businesses, and talk to them about unique ideas by which they can create content and think like consumers and give consumers really what they're looking for, because the reality, Srini, is most blogs ain't really thinking like their customer. They're thinking like the business owner, and that ain't valuable to the actual client. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a big problem. Curse of knowledge is killing. It's killing blogs.
Absolutely. Well, one thing I think is interesting about you, and I think, you had mentioned that you were even featured in C.C. Chapman's book, Content Rules, on this. I always thought the fascinating thing about what you did is you took a subject, let's face it, in-ground swimming pools is not sexy. It's not necessarily something that everybody would be like, wow, this is awesome. So one of the questions I have for you is, how do you take an industry that's not necessarily very interesting or, doesn't have that sort of, coolness vibe to it, and build content around it that actually, gets customers talking about it and really, allows you to connect with your customers?
Dude, that is a great question. It's a really simple answer. You know what's cool? Money. Saving money is cool. Everybody wants to save money. And so if you teach people ways not to screw up and make mistakes, because nobody wants to make mistakes with their money. Not making mistakes with your money is very, very sexy. So I teach people how not to make a mistake when they spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 with a swimming pool. And I've seen that what's cool, Srini, is the principle is the same. Even for the person that spends 30 minutes online looking to save 10 cents on that $1 purchase, wants to save 10 cents, and he'll spend 90 cents somewhere and search for 20 minutes just because saving money is sexy. And so therefore, content that saves people money is really sexy, and that's why you got to be a great teacher. And that's what I do. I teach people.
Well, it's funny that literally I think the first thing you said to me was that I teach, and that was the part that really stood out in my mind. And I think as a content marketer, regardless of your business, I think that you really are in a position, you have to really think of yourself as a teacher and a publisher these days, not just a marketer, and not just somebody who's trying to sell people things.
I said this in my class, my session yesterday. If I was to start a company of just content marketers, the only people I would hire is kindergarten teachers. Why is that? The reason is because kindergarten teachers, all day long, they take complex principles and they teach it to little kids in a way that they understand it. And here's the other thing. Kindergarten teachers ain't there to impress themselves, right? So they're not there to impress themselves. That's why I wouldn't hire college professors. You see what I'm saying? Because a college professor, and there's some great college professors, don't get me wrong, but college professors have a different way of teaching. Sometimes it's more about them. A great content marketer, it's all about the individual, the reader. They search for nothing but understanding from the reader. So good, positive communication, everybody gets it. Nobody's left saying, well, what do you mean by that? Which is the problem with most blogs, man. Again, curse of knowledge.
Let me ask you for one last tip. I mean, we live in a world now where there's a lot of noise. I mean, you know, standing out in the blogosphere is harder than it ever was before because everybody and their mother wants a piece of the action. I mean, I said so in New York when I spoke that attention is a form of currency in the blogosphere. What's the key to getting somebody's attention? And more importantly, what's the key to keeping it?
You know, man, I think the problem is, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but if you're really thinking like people, see, people ask questions that nobody wants to answer online. You know what I mean? And if you're the guy that really thinks like a consumer and you answer all those questions that everybody's thinking about and you really have an opinion, see, you can't live in the world of gray and be great at blogging. You just can't do it. I mean, if you look at all the great people in the world, they don't live in the world of gray. It's black and white. They have an opinion. They push. They run with it. Sometimes they're wrong, and they embrace being wrong, and they embrace being right, but they embrace opinion. And so that's how great bloggers do it, Srini. You got to be willing to take a stand. Businesses, they got to be willing to take a stand. I don't care what you blog about, but you got to have good opinions. You can't be afraid to talk about them, and you got to answer those questions that your people are asking, and there's a lot of them. And if you listen well, right, if you listen well, man, you will never run out of good content.
Well, Marcus, as always, you know, it's a pleasure to chat with you. I mean, we've had you as a guest on Blogcast FM before. You know, I know we're going to have you back, and we're really excited to be here at Blogworld talking to people like you and here with our sponsor, Livefire. Can you tell people where they can find you online?
Yeah, I'm at the saleslion, Lion.com, or they can just type in Marcus Sheridan or the Sales Lion on Google. It'll show right up. Come visit us. It's a great community. We have a lot of fun talking about content and life.
Well, Marcus, thanks so much. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you, and thank Livefire. You're doing great things, man.